Cancel your weekend plans. Because hip-hop just served us a scandal juicier than Thanksgiving turkey drowned in hot sauce. 50 Cent has snapped again, and this time his target is the one and only Rick Ross, the man who somehow manages to be both the boss and the alleged king of sticky fingers. Yep, the streets are whispering, the blogs are screaming, and the memes are already cooking because apparently Rozay has been caught dipping into 50's BMF empire. Again, this isn't just beef. This is Wagyu-level drama. Flame-grilled in public and seasoned with years of pettiness. Imagine if Game of Thrones, The Real Housewives, and WWE SmackDown had a baby. That's what this scandal feels like. And let's be real. When 50 Cent loses his temper, it's not just a clapback, it's a Category 5 hurricane of lawsuits, memes, shade, and scorched earth Instagram posts somewhere in Miami. Rick Ross is probably sweating harder than a personal trainer at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Because this time, it's not just about clout, it's about legacy, BMF, and who really runs the empire. So grab your popcorn. Because the scandal doesn't just shake hip-hop, it rattles the entire culture. And trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next, ladies and gentlemen. The rap gods have once again delivered a storyline so chaotic, so deliciously messy, that Hollywood screenwriters are probably crying into their laptops wondering why their imagination can't keep up with real life. We thought the BMF saga was already wild enough with drug empires, courtroom showdowns, and a TV series juicier than a Tyler Perry soap opera. But no, apparently, the universe decided to throw Rick Ross and 50 Cent back into the same gladiator arena. Picture it. 50 Cent, the man who built a career on turning beef into platinum records, is suddenly in full nuclear mode. His target? None other than Rick Ross, a man who calls himself the boss but who, according to 50, has been acting more like the borrower, allegedly taking ideas, stealing vibes, and dipping into BMF shine without giving credit where it's due. And when 50 Cent says you're stealing, it's not just an accusation, it's a public execution performed in front of millions. This all started when whispers hit the internet that Rick Ross had been trying to insert himself into the BMF storyline again. Now let's be real. BMF isn't just any random brand. It's 50 Cent's crown jewel, the gritty empire he turned into a hit stars show, a franchise, and a cultural phenomenon. You mess with BMF, you're basically poking a sleeping lion with a selfie stick, and 50 is the type to roar so loud TMZ hears it before your mama does. And here's the gag. This isn't even the first time Ross has allegedly dipped into 50's treasure chest. Nope. This is déjà vu in HD. Remember their long-running feud that dates back to the late 2000s? Back when Rick Ross tried to clown 50 with diss tracks and courtroom drama. And 50 retaliated by making cartoon-level skits, digging up Ross's past as a corrections officer, and unleashing internet slander so devastating, it practically invented meme warfare. Yeah, that's the same energy returning now, but with an upgraded budget and social media on steroids. So, what exactly set 50 off this time? According to whispers, and by whispers, I mean the loudest rumors Twitter has ever screamed, Rick Ross has been circling the BMF project like a vulture circling roadkill. He's been name-dropping, inserting himself in convos, and even hinting at wanting his own spin connected to the franchise. Some insiders claim Rozay's been positioning himself as if he had some hidden hand in the empire, like he was BMF's spiritual ambassador or honorary member. The problem? 50 Cent doesn't play honorary. In 50's world, if you didn't bleed, hustle, or pay for the rights, you don't get to claim the empire. Period. The internet, of course, wasted 0 seconds in fanning the flames. Screenshots of cryptic posts started circulating. Memes of Rick Ross wearing a correctional officer's uniform photoshopped into BMF posters flooded Instagram. And 50? Oh, you know he couldn't resist. The man practically has Twitter fingers wired to a nuclear launch button. Within hours, he was throwing shade sharper than a Gucci blade, mocking, clowning, and dragging Rozay's name through the mud with the precision of a surgeon and the energy of a stand-up comedian who hates his audience. Fans erupted like popcorn kernels in hot oil. Team 50 started chanting that Rozay was cloud chasing, using BMF to stay relevant in an era where rap beef often feels staged. Team Ross clapped back, claiming 50 was being petty, territorial, and scared of competition. But let's be honest, pettiness is literally 50 Cent's brand. This is the man who once bought 200 front row Ja Rule tickets just to make sure those seats stayed empty. If pettiness was a stock, 50 Cent would be Warren Buffett. Behind all the memes and chaos, though, there's a bigger truth. This scandal isn't just about two rappers trading insults. It's about control, legacy, who gets to tell the story of BMF, and who gets to profit from it. 50 Cent built his empire on authenticity and power plays. Rick Ross built his career on larger-than-life storytelling and boss energy. Collide those two forces, and you don't just get beef, you get an earthquake that shakes the culture. You'll make things worse or better. Depending on how messy you like your entertainment, the timing couldn't be juicier. BMF Season 3 has been dominating conversations, and Ross trying to slide in feels, to 50 at least, like hijacking the family photo right as the camera flashes. It's the equivalent of crashing someone's wedding reception, grabbing the mic, and announcing you were the real love story all along. Bold? Yes. Dumb? Absolutely. And let's not forget the receipts. Fans started digging through old interviews where Ross casually mentioned his fascination with BMF, dropping hints that he had personal ties and inspiration from their legacy. Combine that with his notorious history of being, let's say, creative with the truth about his past, and suddenly the internet's like, hold up, here he goes again. Meanwhile, 50 isn't just roasting Ross, he's weaponizing the court of public opinion. Every shady post, every sarcastic jab, every exaggerated claim, it's all part of his larger strategy. Destroy Rick Ross's credibility piece by piece, until the only thing left of the boss is a cautionary tale about cloud gone wrong. By the end of this opening act, hip-hop fans are left clutching their pearls. Is Rick Ross really trying to jag BM's shine? Is 50 Cent exaggerating to fuel his own show's publicity? Or is this just another chess move in the never-ending saga of rap beef where the fans are the true winners and both rappers cash out on the drama? Either way, the battle lines are drawn. The internet is choosing sides, and the stage is set for chaos. Because with 50 Cent involved, you already know, this is only the beginning of the storm. If you thought 50 Cent snapping on Rick Ross was just another petty spat, oh no, this thing escalated faster than Kanye at an awards show. What started as a few shady posts turned into an all-out cultural earthquake. And the internet? Let's just say Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok collectively transformed into a digital Roman Colosseum, with fans cheering, booing, and tossing memes into the ring like gladiator weapons. The first explosion came when 50 Cent dropped a meme that nearly broke the internet. Rick Ross photoshopped onto the BMF poster wearing his infamous correctional officer uniform. The caption? When the boss tries to join the gang, but he's really just here for roll call. Savage doesn't even cover it. That's not a clapback, that's a war crime in meme format. And the fans? Oh, they went feral. Within hours, TikTok was flooded with skits mocking Ross's alleged obsession with BMF. One creator dressed as Ross, waddling around Miami like, "Yo, I'm BMF now," while another played 50 Cent kicking him out the frame like an annoyed landlord. Even non-rap fans jumped in, because drama this juicy is basically universal entertainment. But wait, it gets spicier. Celebrities started chiming in, because nothing fuels Hollywood like a good old-fashioned beef. Meek Mill, who has his own history with both Ross and 50, couldn't resist dropping a cryptic emoji on Instagram, just a laughing face with tears. That one little emoji was enough to send blogs into meltdown mode. Is Meek siding with 50? Is he shading Ross? Or is he just enjoying the circus like the rest of us? Meanwhile, Fat Joe tried to play peacemaker, telling everyone to chill out and focus on the music, and the internet collectively told him, nah, we want blood. Because let's be honest, hip-hop fans live for beef the way reality TV fans live for dramatic wine-throwing moments. Now, here's where it gets really wild. Rick Ross decided he wasn't going to take 50's shade lying down. He went live on Instagram, flexing his mansion, his cars, his lemon pepper wings, and basically saying, "I'm the real boss, and I don't need to steal anything." But of course, the internet doesn't care about cars or wings, they only care about receipts. And in that moment, Ross gave them none. It was all flex, no facts, which only made things worse. 50 immediately reposted clips of the live with the caption, "Somebody tell Officer Ricky this ain't Wingstop, it's BMF. Stay in your lane." Boom. Mic drop. The internet lost its collective mind. Suddenly, timelines were split in half. Team 50, screaming about authenticity, receipts, and clowning Ross for being delusional, and Team Ross, arguing that 50 is territorial, bitter, and desperate to stay in the headlines. It turned into a meme Olympics. People compared 50 to Thanos, collecting feuds like Infinity Stones. They called Ross the Wish.com version of BMF. One viral tweet read, "This feud makes Drake vs. Pusha look like two kids fighting over Legos." Another said, "If beef was an Olympic sport, 50 Cent would be Simone Biles." But this wasn't just digital chaos, it spilled into real-life hip-hop spaces. At a club in Atlanta, a DJ reportedly stopped the music mid-set just to shout, "Free BMF from Rick Ross." The crowd erupted like it was the 4th of July. People are literally turning this beef into chants at parties. That's how contagious the drama has become. Even Hollywood stars couldn't resist. Snoop Dogg, the internet's unofficial uncle, laughed about it during a podcast. "Man, 50 don't never let nothing go. Rick Ross better hope this don't end up as a plotline on BMF Season 4. That one line? Instant headline." Fans were already speculating, will 50 troll Ross by writing him into the show as a crooked security guard? Don't even act like you wouldn't watch that episode. Here's the kicker. The more Ross tried to defend himself, the deeper the hole got. Every time he posted a flex video, fans replied with BMF memes. Every time he dropped a motivational caption, 50 roasted him with a snarky comeback. It was like watching someone try to put out a fire with gasoline, and then came the plot twist no one saw coming. A leaked screenshot allegedly showed Ross reaching out to a BMF cast member, trying to collaborate on something tied to the show. If that's true and the internet treats rumors as gospel, then 50's accusations of Ross trying to hijack BMF suddenly look way less petty and way more factual. That leak sent shockwaves. Twitter erupted with, "He really tried IT, and 50 was right all along." Ross denied it, of course. But denial doesn't hit as hard when memes are already dunking on you. By the time he said, "That ain't true," the damage was done. Public opinion had already turned his defense into another punchline. And the most ironic part, all this drama was boosting BMF ratings. People who had never even watched a show before were suddenly tuning in just to see what the hype was about. In a twisted way, Rick Ross may have accidentally handed 50 Cent the best publicity campaign of his career. It's like trying to rob a bank and somehow making the bank richer. At this point, the scandal isn't just a feud. It's an ecosystem. Memes, lives, leaks, reactions, everyone's eating off this drama. It's less of a rap beef and more of a Netflix reality series we all get to binge in real time. And if you think this storm is calming down anytime soon, you clearly don't know 50 Cent. The man doesn't move on. He builds condos and rents out space inside his grudges. So as the flames of this BMF scandal spread across the culture, one thing is crystal clear. This isn't ending with memes. No. With 50 involved, there will be fallout, reputations bruised, alliances tested, and careers possibly reshaped. The only question left is, who's walking away with their crown intact, and who's walking away as the punchline of the year? When the smoke clears after one of 50 Cent's nuclear meltdowns, there are always casualties. Sometimes it's reputations, sometimes it's brands, and sometimes it's just the fragile ego of whoever dared to poke the petty king in the first place. This time, Rick Ross is standing in the middle of the battlefield, looking like he just got hit by a cultural freight train. The aftermath of this BMF scandal has been nothing short of biblical. Fans aren't just watching anymore, they're taking sides, documenting the feud like it's the Watergate tapes. And the biggest loser so far? Rick Ross's credibility. Because when 50 shines a spotlight on you, every skeleton in your closet starts dancing the cha-cha. Suddenly, old interviews are resurfacing. His correctional officer past is back on trending. And memes are painting him as a wannabe mob boss who can't buy his way into 50's empire. For Ross, the damage isn't just in reputation, it's in perception. Hip-hop thrives on authenticity, and once that gets questioned, it's like trying to repair a sinking ship with duct tape. Fans are side-eyeing every word he posts. Even his signature Maybach music drop is getting remixed into memes. Correctional music. Savage doesn't even begin to describe it. Meanwhile, 50 Cent is thriving. This man feeds off chaos like it's his morning coffee. Every headline, every blog, every viral TikTok is basically free promo for BMF. And guess what? Ratings are climbing. Social engagement is skyrocketing. And the scandal has turned the show into more than entertainment, it's become a cultural event. You can practically hear 50 laughing all the way to the bank, plotting his next shade bomb. The industry, of course, is buzzing. Some artists are quietly distancing themselves from Ross, worried about catching stray shots from 50. Others are doubling down on loyalty, posting Boss Live captions in solidarity. But the undertone is clear. Nobody wants to be caught in the crossfire of a 50 Cent feud. It's like standing between a tornado and a wildfire. You don't come out looking pretty. Here's the irony. Rick Ross tried to flex his wealth and status as defense, but that move backfired. Because in today's culture, authenticity beats flexing every time. Fans don't care about your 50 cars if they think you're faking your TIs. And with 50 constantly hammering him about stealing BMF shine, every Lamborghini Ross posts just looks like overcompensation. And let's talk about the ripple effect. The scandal has reignited old beefs. People are revisiting Ross vs. 50 diss tracks, rewatching interviews, and digging up past feuds like archaeologists finding dinosaur bones. It's nostalgia mixed with fresh tea. And it's keeping the internet buzzing 24/7. Even casual fans who forgot about their old rivalry are now reliving it in HD. But the fallout isn't just about music or memes, it's about power. This scandal has reminded everyone that 50 Cent isn't just a rapper. He's a cultural puppeteer. He knows how to weaponize the internet, how to turn a personal vendetta into a global storyline, and how to walk away with money and clout while his opponent drowns in damage control. It's villain energy, but the kind of villain energy audiences secretly love to watch. As for Rick Ross, he's not done yet, but he's limping. His responses have lacked the bite fans expected, and every denial gets swallowed by louder memes. Some fans are speculating whether this feud might force him to finally step back, focus on music, and stay away from 50's empire. Others think Ross is plotting a massive comeback diss, one last swing at the king. But here's the thing. History has shown us one truth: nobody outpetties 50 Cent. Nobody. And that's why the future is so unpredictable. Will Ross risk more humiliation by clapping back harder? Will 50 take this to another legal level, as he's done before? Or will this beef become immortalized as yet another cultural saga in hip-hop's long, messy history? One thing's for sure. It's not ending here. With both egos this big, peace treaties don't exist, only temporary ceasefires before the next explosion. The culture, of course, is eating it up. Fans aren't tired, they're addicted. Every tweet, every story, every shade post is fuel for the fire. It's like watching a reality show that never ends, with episodes dropping live on social media. And the cliffhanger? Whether Ross can salvage his boss image, or if 50 has permanently branded him as hip-hop's punchline. Because when you go up against 50 Cent, it's not just about winning or losing, it's about survival. And right now, Ross is fighting for his place in the narrative while 50 is rewriting the story in real time. So here we are, at the end of Act 3 in this wild saga. The dust hasn't settled, the memes haven't slowed, and the culture hasn't stopped buzzing. All that's left is one question: who's going to snap next? And there you have it, folks, the circus, the fireworks, the meltdown of the century. 50 Cent vs. Rick Ross. The beef so juicy it makes your grandma's Sunday roast look dry. We just watched two rap titans swing egos like medieval swords, and the internet turned it into a meme buffet. Honestly, who even needs Netflix when hip-hop drama serves us seasons, spin-offs, and bonus episodes every single week? But now it's your turn to step into the ring. Smash that like button like it owes you money. No, seriously. Smack it harder than 50 Cent smacks a lawsuit onto his enemies. Drop a comment below. Are you Team 50, the petty king of memes and power plays? Or Team Ross, the boss who just can't stop stepping into the BM spotlight no matter how many times he gets roasted alive? I want to see the comments section messier than Twitter on a Friday night. And don't you dare forget to subscribe, because scandals don't sleep, and neither do we. Every leaked screenshot, every cryptic post, every clapback too spicy for daytime TV, you already know truth tattle is right here. Dragging it all into the daylight for your entertainment. So buckle up. Because if you think this saga was wild, just wait until the next one drops. The tea isn't spilling, it's flooding. And we'll be here in the lifeboat, sipping every last drop while the culture burns. This is Truth Tattle signing off with receipts in one hand, popcorn in the other, and a warning: in hip-hop, the beef never ends, it just gets louder. Boom. Mic dropped. Curtain closed. Scandal archived.